Hello students, welcome to this video where I will go over Capstone 2 for Excel. Capstone 2, Chapter 2 is based on some mathematical operations. So I'm following this Capstone instructions. Okay, so here, this is the Excel file. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that from the back row. There you go. So insert a function in cell B2 to display the current date from your system. So the current date is going to be a today function. Open and close brackets. There is today's date. And of course, every time you open that up, that will change. Once with cell B2 selected, set the width of column B to auto fit. So column width and auto fit column B. So select B2 and go into format, column, auto fit column width. And there we go. Insert a VLOOKUP cell function in cell C5 to display the ring cost for this first student. So we have different ring types, silver, gold, titanium, platinum, and we have the cost here. A VLOOKUP function, a really nice function. We'll basically take, we're going to look up silver, whatever is in that cell B5, the corresponding cell, comma, the table array, everything in this table. We wanted to compare the value in cell B5 to the values listed in column A and bring back or state back the second value in our column. So we will comma 2. And we want an exact match, so we can go to again false. Now, because we will be copying this formula down, or this function down, what we need is to keep the table array absolute. So we got absolute cell reference. So you can put $signs before the letter, before the number, or on some keyboards if you press F4 or function F4, you can get that same process done. So pressing F4 just kind of toggles you through all the different options from nothing to absolute to mixed. And we're going to go with absolute. Copy the formula down in step 5. Drag that down. Apply counting and the format to cell C5 to C11. Counting. There we go. Step 7. Insert an F function to calculate the total due. If the student has chosen to personalize the ring, there is an additional 5% charge located in cell B21, located down here. An additional 5%. That must be added to the cost of the ring. If not, the student pays the base price. Use appropriate relative and absolute cell references. So in cell E5, if function, one of my favorites, if personalized equals yes, you have to use quotation marks anytime we're referencing words. So if that cell in D5 equals yes, we're going to, the student's going to pay the cost plus the cost times 5% extra. And that B21 cell is going to be made absolute. If not, basically an if statement is if passes a test, true value versus false value, the false value will be just the cost. Close that brackets. And there it is. That's 5% extra. Copy that down for step 11. Oops, one more. You'll notice that when the student says no, the values in cell in column C is the same as the value in column B. Apply counting format. Where here? Step 9, counting number format to E5 to E11. accounting number. There we go. Step 10, insert a function in cell G5 to calculate the first student's monthly payment using appropriate relative and absolute cell references. Ensure the result is a positive number. So we want a PMT function. We're allowing various students to pay off the cost of the ring, $400 to almost $800, over this time period, 1, 2, or 3 years, at the interest rate charged listed in cell B22. So the PMT function equals PMT bracket. We can do it, type it in like that, or we can press this FX, give us this pop-up window. The rate is the interest rate divided by 12. We need to have B22 made absolute. We want that cell reference fixed. The number of payments is going to be the years times 12, because we're looking at monthly payments, and the actual cost, the total value that they are financing, is the value in column E. Because we want the payment to return, or this function to be returned as a positive value, we need to have a negative PV value. So the payment and the PV value are always opposite signs, and we don't need anything else listed there. It will return that value. So the student is paying $35.57 per month for the next year. Copy the values down. Apply the accounting format. There we go. Calculate totals in cells C, E, and G. So we have the auto sum button under the home tab, like that. Or we could manually type in sum bracket, highlighting all your data. And once we have it, basically we can just copy it over. And there we go. Step 15, apply 0.3-inch left and right margins and ensure the page prints out on only one page. So page layout, margins, let's go custom margins, left and right is 0.3. Let's just type that in there, 0.3, 0.3. If we go into page, fit to one page wide and one page tall. So there's our margins, 0.3 and 0.3. Just making sure not missing anything. Make sure the page prints out on only one page. So you go into from the margins tab, go to the page tab, and fit to one page wide, one page tall. Click OK. So now we're forcing it to print out on one page. Step 16, insert a footer with your name on the left, sheet in the center, and file name on the right. So once again, footers under the page layout, page setup, header and footer, customize footer. So we want your name on the left side, and we want sheet name, and we want file name on the right side. Click OK. Click OK. Once again, the header and footer only show up when we print. We can do a print preview just to show what it looks like. There is the footer, and everything's on one page. So it's perfect. Okay, save and close. We're done with Capstone 2.